Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lois and welcome back to Stoneblock 2. In the last episode, we were working on a variety of things, but we were also working on that thing right down here, the gas burning generator, which is kind of useless to us right now. So this thing produces power based on a gas that it's provided. We provided it with hydrogen, and well, here's the thing. This thing will only produce enough power to power that machine to give it more hydrogen to be powered. So it's kind of useless to us right now. We are going to improve that relatively soon to make it burn ethylene, which is a much better fuel source. But it is going to be a little bit of setup to do that, and we're not quite there yet. So we'll get there, but not there yet. So between episodes, I have started working on getting this thing figured out. So this is going to be our Cobbleworks with our sifting setup, and I've got some of the stuff wired up. This is going to expand into a room because we don't have enough space in here. I want it to be kind of catwalky, and then at the bottom we'll have our big power storage. But then we're going to have small rooms off the sides of some of these. Probably another one over that way. Don't know what we're going to have in all of them yet, but we'll kind of figure that out as we go. That one, however, is probably going to be our power generation. So we'll have the gas burning generator, magnetic. Alternatively, we might have that in the center or something and use that to do stuff like produce lava and netherrack and stuff like that. We'll kind of play it by ear, but I haven't figured out all the details to that yet. And speaking of not figuring out details, yeah, this whole system is going to be interesting. So what my plan is to kind of separate all of these item conduit lines with chests. So this is the Cobbleworks, it all goes into this chest, and then from here we take what we want to be sifted and then put it into another chest, which is going to be the iron chest up there. That is then going to either send things to be crafted together and smelted up, or to be put into the system, the storage system. And so one of the big things we kind of need right now, and I'm going to set that up in a little bit off camera, but one of the big things we need right now is filters. Now I have some of the filters that we have from the Cobbleworks when it was set up here, but I want to try to get some more filters, and to do that we're going to go to our mob farm because yeah, we get these things called loot crates. Yes, loot crates. And these things are hopefully going to give us a lot of things that we want. Now, to help us with this, we're going to make a loot crate opener, which is just some wood, a quest book, and a stone pickaxe. So nothing too terrible. And I don't know how it works because this is a different mod than Stoneblock 1 used. But that's fine. We should be fine. We just need to use our quest book, and I'm not sure if it's going to use it up or not. But if it does, we'll just make a new one. They're not too difficult to make. But that is... Okay, so it didn't. I didn't think it would, but it's good to know that it doesn't. So this is the loot crate opener, and we're going to put this down here. Now, we're not going to necessarily open everything automatically. Let's go ahead and put that there. Oh, so there's no interface. Interesting. Alright, so let's grab all of these, because why not? For the record, the clay can give us either looting 3 sharpness 5 clay, or just blocks of clay. And honestly, I just want blocks of clay. That would be really nice. So, what happens if we put this on like a chest or something? Is that what we're supposed to do? So we'll put that here. Chest is empty, we can still open it. Let's open the epic one like so. Oh, chorus flowers. That's disappointing. And let's try to put I don't know how to use you. Do we need to hopper it in? The bigger question is, do I have a hopper? I don't believe I do. So let's go ahead and make a hopper. Now, if this doesn't work how I want it to, the hopper will be useful to make filters anyways. But let's see what happens if I put those in. Okay, so they're going in, and it's storing the items. Alright, so I guess it opens them, but then we need to pipe them out. I can't see. Alright, let's just grab the hopper, put it like so. So we have a bunch of upgrade templates, which is kind of nice. And then once this is empty, we'll just move things back. So we'll come back to that in just a moment. The chorus flowers are kind of boring, but can allow us to make chorus fruit later. I don't know how useful that is, but the flowers themselves are pretty important. I mean, we can make it with nature essence and end essence. Can we make the actual flowers from anything? We can sift for them. No, not really. Okay, well, other than the phylogenic isolator, which just basically grows things. So, not too bad. You still have things? No. So we got a bunch of things. We have some new chickens, which is kind of cool. But let's go ahead and make this a little bit nicer. So if I do this way I can actually extract always active, insert, and then we can put the hopper on top of here. And what I want, so we can look at what these can all do. So the common ones can give a bunch of different things. Most notably, all the chicken eggs are nice, but for the most part, not really anything. The uncommons, again, we can get horse bait, which is 2 golden apples. Huh, I wonder what that's a reference to. I actually know that reference, I do believe, but nothing too awesome in the uncommons. Netherwort, redstone, iron. Iron is actually really nice. The rares can give us some good stuff, including Z-Logic controllers, which can be used for making advanced item filters, which is what I'd like to get. The epics can just give us advanced item filters. And then the legendaries are... Well, we don't have any legendaries. We had an epic, didn't we? And we got the chorus fruit, which is a 2% chance. I think everything is a 2% chance. So yeah, there is a lot of things that we could get that are good, and a lot of things that are kind of mediocre. Compressed flint blocks are kind of mediocre. All the egg stuff is cool. We got the Z-Logic controllers. That is nice. So at the very least, we can get more stuff. But obviously this is going to fill up very quickly with random junk, and I can take all these clay blocks out, which is really nice because I can get all this clay, and clay is kind of a pain to get, so we might be doing a lot of that. So anyways, what the plan is for today, by the way, is we're just going to kind of do some work around the base, make things a little bit nicer, and see if we can't finish the sifting setup. So with that being said, I wanted to open the crates. I will clean out that chest, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up all the filters and all that kind of stuff. Now I decided to go with 4 auto sieves. So we're going to have our typical gravel, sand, dust, and crushed netherrack. Crushed netherrack will give us ardite and cobalt. And that's pretty much the only thing that I really care too much about. And everything else, so if I look at my notes, because I actually did write notes for all the sifting stuff, because there's a lot of different recipes and a lot of things that are like, what's important, what's not. The other things that we could get, gas tiers from soul sand with a diamond mesh. Not really important because we can get gas tiers other ways. I think chickens and the seeds, the gas essence from the mystical agriculture will probably be better. Soul sand also gives us black quartz with flint, but we get that from dust, I believe, or sand. We get crushed black quartz, which we can smelt into black quartz, which is what we're going to do. The other thing is Instone, which gives us draconium. But again, I think chickens are going to be the better way, as well as mystical agriculture. So we're not going to worry about that. So and then the only other thing is gravel and a flint mesh will give us flint. We can get flint other ways. It's easier to get flint other ways. We'll worry about it that way. We don't also have a lot of usage for flint right now, so who cares? So that is kind of where we're at. So I'm going to get all the filter stuff set up. I don't know. I don't have enough iron to make the rest of the auto sieves. We do have the other 4 diamond meshes, and I have 17 levels. Let's see. Let's see what kind of enchants we can get. Efficiency. Not good enough. I'm probably going to want to make more bookshelves and get more levels, which levels, by the way, are no longer a problem. So I think we're going to want to enchant things all the way if we can. Because these things are overpowered and we're going to have a ton of them. So yeah, we are missing one. I probably will... let's actually... I'm going to probably move this drawer to here so that we can have the legendary one here. Does this work? Hold an offhand. Yep. Perfect. Cool. Hold an offhand and it'll automatically lock the drawers, which is really nice. But yeah, I can get to level 80 or level 80. Wow. Why did I even say that? I don't even know. I need to cut away and work on stuff. My brain is already fried, and we just started the episode. But I can get level 30 very easily just by eating these solidified experiences. It'll take a while, but it's kind of whatever. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and make more bookshelves. I'm going to get all the filters set up, and we'll come back once that is done and go from there. So I'll be back after a lot of thinking. So we have some of the filters done, and the only one that's left is just those 4, which I'll get to in just a moment. But yeah, I need filters, and to make filters we need hoppers, and to make hoppers we need iron. So I actually forgot there is a really cool thing we can do with the stuff that we're getting from here. And it's these iron chest plates and the iron horse armor. We can actually throw in our smelter. There is still a lot of items in there, including water cows, and there's a bunch of things. A lot of this is really good. We're actually going to use this golden chest transporter in a moment. The Z-Logic controllers, I don't think we're going to use right now. Those are really useful, really good, but don't really care too much. But that should smelt up all that iron, and we'll have more iron to make things. We'll get a better system to put loot crates in there at some point. But let's go ahead and make one filter. And this filter is the only one we're going to need for something kind of strange. But what we can do is we can go ahead and pick up this iron chest with the golden transporter. And it gives us really slow slowness. What is the mining fatigue 4, hunger, and slowness 3. But I can just fly, so who cares? So we're going to put this chest right here. And this is going to be an insert. Let's do... Yeah, it's got to be insert on green because of trickiness with this. So we're going to be getting a bunch of things in here. We're going to be getting our glass, stone, dirt, gravel, sand, dust. No cobblestone will be going through the system. If we want cobblestone, we can just put some cobblestone generators on our drawer system. That's not a problem. And then we're going to take the sand, dust, and gravel, and half of it we're going to round robin, so we should probably do that immediately, and extract everything. So half of it is going to go through this system and half of it's going to go through here. Now, then we are going to have, actually we might need a big filter on this, which big item filters require a skeletal contractor. Ugh. Or we could get some shulker shells, which we might actually do that today. But one of the neat things with this is I have this set up just like I had before, with these guys just being insert on a priority. And the cool thing with drawer systems is if there are items in here that can go into the drawer, I mean, I can go ahead and turn this on always active, and it will start getting rid of the ore chunks. But then the ore chunks don't have anywhere to go. So it is smart enough to know that it can only put things in certain places. It's making the aluminum. We can go ahead and make the ardite and all that stuff as well. I'm actually going to turn this off for a moment. But yeah, it makes the iron with our redstone furnace. We'll get more augments in this later. Upgrade it fully so it's nice and fast. I went ahead and made a crafter tier 2. Gives us 4 recipes. Did the same trick with this guy so that the only thing it can accept is the ore pieces. Mostly what we're going to get in this is aluminum until we start getting netherrack kind of consistently. But yeah, this is also going to get sand, gravel, and dust. And I'm going to need some filters for these, so that'll be fine. And then I'm wondering if I should put a filter on this. I think I should. But at the same time, if things can't go into these two places, I do wonder, I could take all of the ores out, but like, there might be things that can be smelted that I don't necessarily want to be smelted, like, that doesn't smelt, coal? Yeah, coal can be smelted into graphite, and I don't want that. The aluminum is fine. So what I'm probably going to want to do is put a filter on this, and that way only the 1, 2, 3, 8, 11, 12 things. So does an advanced item filter allow for 12 things? I don't think it does. So let's see, because we can make one of those pretty easily. Advanced item filter, we'll check that in just a moment. Now, how much iron do we have in here? A little over a block. Unfortunately, not as much as I'd like, but I mean, we could start taking some of the stuff out and doing more work with it. But let's see if the advanced item filter is what we need. Because what we could do is tell it to whitelist only the ore pieces that we want. So there is only 10. So we need to make this bigger. And to do that, we need shulkers. To get shulkers, we need to make floating dolls. Now this isn't too terrible. Drop in a thing of witch water, and it'll make a shulker. We do have luck on our sword, so let's go ahead and try that. Why not? The iron will help. I do need 4 filters in total. Let's grab some oak wood and I guess just 3 more. 3 more of these things. 1, 2. And then I should be able to make a basic item filter. And I can make the last one later because the item filter that we need is just a for netherrack. And we're not going to get to that point anytime soon, so I'm not too worried. So this one, for example, we can put on the insert. And it's going to be our, let's see, gravel, sand, dust, netherrack. So this is netherrack. So this will be the dust. We can go ahead and whitelist dust on that, and that will be fine. So why aren't those guys? Oh, so that's on insert. if I put this to always active, it should extract the dust. It shouldn't extract the gravel because the gravel is actually full, but everything else should go through. So that's what I wanted to see. That works just fine. So at this point, all we need to do is have the big filter say no on everything else and whitelist what we want, and then make the rest of the stuff that we need the auto sieves, and we'll be good. So let's go ahead. Don't need the crafter tier. We don't need most of the stuff. I want to make some bookshelves, and let's just make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bookshelves. Why not? And just do 1, 2. All right. So one of the next order of businesses is to get level 24. Not bad. Next order of business is to get the applied logistics system up and kind of to the level we want. But we have a porcelain doll. We have an ender pearl. Let's see, what else did we need? We need purple. Purple dye, glowstone, and endstone, which I think it's the endstone bricks. So we can make up to 4 of these. But the purple dye is going to be a little bit of a pain. Unless we have some red flowers over here, which we might. Or I could... Yeah, we don't have any red flowers. That is actually a bit of a pain. Let's see. Do we have any sort of red dye? Not really seeing anything. We getting anything from this? No. So we need red dye. We need red flowers. And that's pretty much it. So can't do the artificial. But floral we can't do unless we make more stuff. Purple dye. So if we had dye essence, we could do that. But we need red dye. Beetroots. I might have some beetroot seeds that we could quickly grow. And that would work. Beetroots. And when I say quickly grow, I mean throwing it in here, grabbing some water, and that should make purple dye very soon. So yeah, once that is done, you know, I always forget about this thing. I never use this thing. But we can speed up machines, and I don't think it's that one. I think it's this one. Yeah. There we go. Beetroots. So if we need 4, we need to make 2. And then we just need the glowstone, which surprisingly is like one of the harder things we need to get more of. But that'll come very soon. So we can get the... Oh, it's not endstone bricks. That's a shame. It's just normal endstone. Alright, so let's make the floating doll. And that is a quest, which is going to give us something, hopefully. Let's see. Floating doll. Random reward. We got an ME drive. Okay. Yeah, that's a reward. For now, let's just put that away. But we can put this guy in here, and in a moment it will make our shulker. So in the meantime, let's take out some of the stuff. We can take the cows. Those are also quests. Whoops. Cow quests. So we have the water cow, which we can get the random reward of a garden cloche. That is really good. And a milk. Gave us some more watermills. Also really good. And there's the shulker. Okay. So unfortunately in this version of Minecraft, it's not where we can do the whole, you know, make him hit himself and duplicate. We're going to have to find a better way to deal with... Where'd he go? Oh, he's down below. We're going to have to deal another way to get these guys. And luckily having flight is really nice. We got a shulker shell and 1 pearl. So unfortunately we need another shulker shell. So we got to do that again. Not a big deal. 2 of those. Do we have any lapis? There might be some lapis down here. And that's really the only thing that's even challenging. You put the stone in there. That will go through. Okay. So we'll make another shulker. We're going to need to get water. And this is going to have to move. I don't think it has to be on top of the mycelium, but it needs to be close. And we can always speed things up, obviously. Now, do we have enough glowstone? That's the other thing. And then the ender pearl. That is easy enough. I think we have exactly enough glowstone. So, for the record, the reason why we have the chest down there to... we do have a little bit extra. The reason why we have this chest down here is so that if things don't go into the system, into the storage, we can kind of see what we need to add space for and all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of fail safes, and the reason I'm splitting things up with that is just so that it's a lot easier for us to deal with everything, kind of making things simpler. If you kind of break all this stuff into segments, it's a little bit easier to deal with than just having one continuous item conduit that can have a mistake somewhere and just ruin everything. So once again, he's right here. And over here. Luckily having flight just cancels the... Oh, we didn't... Okay, so I need to get a shulker shell. Might take a little bit. Unfortunately, this is the only way to get these guys, other than morbs, which I don't know how that works. Only morbs can be processed, so we might want to make a morb for shulkers. Oh, never mind. It kills them. Never mind. So yeah, I need to get shulker shells, and that is what we need for the big item filter. So we just need one more, and like I said, the only way is to get, it's a 50% chance, which is awful. So I'm going to farm some more shulkers. It's going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to clean up my inventory and finish the rest of the filters over here, other than the this guy. And actually, I can't do any more filters because we don't have the stuff. I'm going to clean up my inventory. I'm going to sort through more of this stuff. If I see anything that's iron, it goes in there. Otherwise, I will just kind of place things as needed. And yeah, I'll come back once I have the other shulker shell. Alright, so it only took one more shulker to get what we needed, and I went ahead and finished making another block of iron. In fact, let's go ahead and do another block and make another auto sieve so that we can have a little bit more stuff. So in order to do that, we're going to need the block. We're also going to need one of these guys. And I think what we're going to have in this room, I'll probably build a little bit of the room off camera. By the way, the stone walls are probably going to change before we finish this area up. I still have a lot of work to do, but we need to get resources coming in. That's kind of the biggest thing right now. But I think that room is going to be tinker stuff and lava production. And we can transport lava fairly easily with a ender tank, which we have a couple of. I'm actually going to take those out and put them in here. But we'll have all the tinker smelter. We'll have that nice and neat. We'll have our parts builder, tool stations, all that kind of stuff as well. And let's go ahead and make this guy. So at this point, I have 30 levels. I made some bookshelves to get this to level 30. And we can get sieve efficiency 4. Now I want to see how good that is. We need a little bit of lapis. And we have just efficiency 4. That's not bad. But I want fortune. Fortune would be the best because that's going to give us more stuff. Now the cool thing is we have more meshes for one. But we can also do other things. So soulbound is not really that good, but it might have other things on it. So there's some cool things we can do, and we're probably going to try to do that today because why not? Nothing too great down here. Let's just grab some more experience, eat it on the way back over, and then yeah, we can make our big filter. We can set up some filter stuff, and let's just see what this has. It is just soulbound. That is awful. So what we need to do is we need to make this thing called a disenchanter. This thing is kind of advanced because it does require a draconic core, but we have a couple of those. We just need to make another enchanting table and some bookshelves. Now the enchanting table is what I'm worried about. So let's go ahead and make, while we're thinking of it, while I'm here, the big filter, the big advanced filter, and this thing is going to go on the back of this, on the insert, and we have plenty of space. And first thing I'm going to do is grab aluminum, and we're going to tell it, please grab the aluminum. We're going to tell it whitelist aluminum ore chunks. That's it. For now, I will set the rest of it up later, but that means that this will not send anything else. Now we can go ahead and get another auto sieve right here. This one's going to be important because this is going to be our gravel filter. And oh, that is just power. I don't care. We need to get an item conduit. And this is going to be insert, edit filter, gravel. Perfect. We can put a mesh in there for now. And it will go ahead and do that. And then we can do extract always active. And this is going to round robin, so that should be fine. And then whatever we get from there should go into here. The only question is, oh, I just realized something. We're going to have issues. This chest is going to fill up with stone until we get void upgrades. But we'll go ahead and put void upgrades on these four. So, well, the one that's here, I think, is the other one. So that is something that we'll have to do. Not a big deal, though. Crushed black quartz can also go, but I will get all the filter stuff set up later. And oh, I turned this off, didn't I? Yes. Okay. So yeah, I've got a lot of things here to do. Uranium grit, we might want to just go ahead and turn that into uranium. But I don't think we can. So there's a lot of things that we're gonna have to kind of finagle and mess with, but for the most part, everything down here should be fine and working. The only thing now is I need some diamonds. I have 1 diamond. Do I have another diamond somewhere? Please. I don't believe I do. That is unfortunate. Can we get another diamond? So we have the diamond wand. Can we break it down? No, of course not. Is there another way for us to get an enchantment table? No, of course not. We need obsidian and we need a diamond. So, I mean, I guess we do have a system set up to sift. So let's just get some sifting going. It's going to be super fast because this has efficiency on it, and eventually we'll get a diamond. And so, once again, I think I'm going to step away until that is done. I want to get this sifting system up and running. I might go ahead and start filling in the filters and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I need to get some void upgrades on these guys so they don't produce anymore. It does mean that our Cobbleworks is always going to run, but we can also figure out, we can turn that off if we get a redstone signal to here, which shouldn't be too difficult to do. But that is kind of where we're at. If I can just get a single diamond, we can do all this stuff. So I guess let's go ahead and get the obsidian for now, and that should be good enough. So we can just do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're gonna need a bunch of books because we're gonna need 3 bookcases. So 1, 2, that's 9 books, plus 1 for the thing, and then 2 to be enchanted, which I guess we can just do. It doesn't matter what we get. We're just gonna do the lowest level one. Soulbound. Soulbound's usually pretty good to get, but today not as much. So then we can get the 3 bookshelves. We can put that there. We're gonna need 2 emeralds, which I have, and hopefully, and we're gonna need a couple more books. That'll work. Hopefully I delayed long enough that there's gonna be a diamond just sitting down here, all nice and pretty. There's not. You know what? We can go ahead and give this guy power. And we can put a bunch of the gravel in there. And then we can also put gravel in here. It's not going to go as fast, but it will still run. It's just, there's the other diamond. When things are automatic, it's not as, like, it's not as crucial to worry about. What am I trying to say? When things are automatic, the one sieve is only going to get dust. For now, it doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and make this disenchanter, and unfortunately that's probably going to be about it for today's episode. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but this disenchanter is a pretty big deal. So we can just put this here, and basically we can put this diamond mesh here and extract Soulbound for 20 levels and put it on a book. Do we have access to any, like, bookshelves? Like, or shelves or anything for enchanted book storage. I mean, there is these shelves. You know, let's try making one. Why not? So it is a chest, and like so. We actually get 3. And are they singular items? I think they're singular items. Yeah, they're singular items. That is unfortunate. 4 drawers of deep enchantment storage. Okay, so this is what we want. But that's going to require obsidian and purple and ugh. Each corner stores as many copies of that same enchantment. That is something we're going to want. Does it actually work as a bookshelf as well? No, it doesn't seem to. That'd be cool. But that's fine. We'll figure out storage for all these books. But then what I can do is grab the mesh, put it back in here, and we can get other things. Soulbound 3. I don't know that levels are that important. But I'm going to have to get a bunch of levels, eat a bunch of solidified experience, and all that kind of fun stuff to get back up to level 30. And the idea is, you know, we should always check what's on books as well. Smashing, sharpness, sharpness. Not interesting. The cool thing is, we could try other meshes as well. We have flint and we have iron. So we can see if these have anything good on them. Sieve efficiency 4. What I want is fortune. But I can go ahead and go with that. Let's go get some more levels and see if this is going to be a successful way to do things or not. So we need 30 levels. Obviously, the more we have, the better off we are. But at the same time, doesn't matter too much. So let's get to 30, and then if we can get everything kind of working like I want, then we'll be good to. So that's sieve efficiency 3. That's sieve efficiency 4. That's 3. So let's go with the iron. So it has the efficiency. That also has the efficiency. I'm okay with just having efficiency. We can put other enchants on these things later. We can get an anvil and all that kind of fun stuff. But let's just double check. Efficiency 4. Efficiency 4. So yeah, let's just go with this one. And it's just efficiency. That's fine. So I will work off camera trying to get the efficiency 4, fortune 3. Oh, right, we need to turn this on. And it'll extract everything. So yeah, there is a lot of stuff, and that does send half of it through, which is fine. We can just go ahead and do this manually for now. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to sort through all of this stuff, make sure we have everything like I want it, and continue enchanting things. Hopefully get what I want with the enchants. Fortune 3 would be really nice. Luck of the Sea is not that important though. Do they have the same things? No, they can't, because this one they do this time. Book. But yeah, so I need to just do a lot of enchanting. That's going to take some time. But for now, I think that is going to be the end of the episode. So this whole system is pretty much ready to go. We could go ahead and always active, turn it on. These all kick on. We should see here soon stuff in here. How hard is it to upgrade? Base control is... This is something that we're going to want to do soon. But we're already starting to see things go in. And take the gravel out for now. There's gravel. And at some point we should see dust coming through. So gravel into sand. Assuming I did everything correct. Yeah, that is full of cobblestone smelting into stone. And that is just going to fill this up, to be perfectly honest. But we can turn that off, and it will start sending things through. We'll start getting the ore chunks. We'll start getting everything in there. And yeah, this is going to work just fine. So I just need to finish setting up the filters. I need to get more iron so I can get the last 2 auto sieves. Only one really matters. And gravel is supposed to be there. I might change that around. We'll worry about that later. But yeah, that is going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Next time, not sure what we're going to do. We're going to figure out something. I do kind of want to finish up work with machines for right now so that we can get into other things. There is a lot of quests to do. We do need to upgrade our applied logistics system. And one thing with that is we need to make the, what is it called? External storage? No. Storage bus. External storage is refined storage. So we need storage buses, and this isn't too bad to make. I need to make it. We need to upgrade our ME drives. We need to upgrade all this stuff. And so maybe we'll work on this room a little bit next time. Otherwise, maybe we'll do something completely different. Who knows? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!